Good morning, learners. I trust that you are well and that you enjoyed going through question number 4.1 and 4.2 of the 2019 examination paper. I know that you have gone through those questions, and I know that you know how to answer those questions. And once you learn the content, you'll be able to apply them in any situation. So once again, do spend some time again on those questions, especially on those areas that may have given you some challenges. As promised, we are forging ahead with question number 4.3 of the 2019 November examination paper. And again, I want to encourage you to know each of these questions. And once you make it your own, you are going to be able to answer these questions with a great degree of fluency. Right, question number 4.3. There's it there. It talks about the relationship. Put my pointer for you quickly here. And there's it there and here. Right? We are speaking about the relationship between urban land use zones. Now, by now, you know that, firstly, we're speaking about an urban area and not a rural area. And we'll see why just now. Land use zones talks about where the land within the urban area is used for a specific purpose. Example, land can be used for CBD, land can be used for industrial areas, land can be used for recreational purposes. There we have it here. There's our green belt, as you can see here. Right? The recreation land is used for the high income residential area. Okay, you can see here the high income area. The houses are quite huge. The houses have different shapes and different styles. Area labeled A is going to be our light industrial area, or referred to as the zone of decay or the transitional zone. That's area labeled A. And close to area labeled A, there's our CBD, Central Business District, with all these tall buildings, and the building density is quite high, which means the buildings are close to each other. Then you have your low income residential area. They're also located near our CBD, so it's easier and cheaper to travel to the CBD, minimizing their transport cost. There's our middle income residential area, and on the outskirts of the urban area is the heavy industrialized area. Now, as you move out, as you go from A, moving out towards area labeled C and beyond, we are moving, yes, you are correct, into the rural urban fringe. Same story happens here as you're moving out of the CBD and moving towards the right-hand side. You pass your recreational area and you move into your high-income residential area. And of course, you're moving into the rural urban fringe. So once again, urban land use zones refer to areas within the urban area which are designated for a certain purpose. Example again, there's your high income residential area. There's your recreational area or the green belt. Area labeled A is the transitional zone, zone of decay, the light industrial zone, an area of mixed function, and we'll see why just now. Area labeled C is the heavy industrial area. Looking at area labeled C and area labeled A, they look similar. The roof is a giveaway. There's it there. Your jagged edge, your sawtooth roof, which indicates industrialized area. This will certainly be a heavy industrialized area because you can see you have taller chimneys through which the pollution is going to escape. And of course, its location, it's far from the CBD, It's on the outskirts of the urban area because of the pollution and the fact that land is cheaper. It requires far more land. The word building density refers to the number of buildings within a square kilometer of land. And yes, building density is going to be the greatest in the CBD. Because as you know, land here is very expensive. Land here is not easily available. Therefore, every available piece of land needs to be used for buildings. Hence, you got your skyscrapers or your multi-storied buildings. Buildings here are the tallest. Figure 4.3 is an urban profile. Now, what does urban profile mean? Urban profile talks about the urban profile. There's the urban profile. It talks about the side view of a city, which indicates the height of the buildings. And as we know, the buildings are the tallest. There's it there, right? The buildings are the tallest within our CBD. They gave reasons why the buildings are the tallest. Now, it says refer to land use area labeled A, and let's see what land use area labeled A is going to be. And there's area A here, land use area labeled A. Like we said earlier, area labeled A is going to be the transitional zone. And there it says the area labeled A is our transitional zone. Here's your mark. Other acceptable answers: zone of decay, light industrial zone, area of mixed function. All right. Question B of the second question, state two characteristics of land use area labeled A. Now we said it's located near the CBD, will be a characteristic. There's it here. Located close to our CBD. There's it there. The buildings are old. The buildings are falling down. There's it there. The buildings are dilapidated. Land values are quite high. The land values are going to be high because it's close to our CBD. It's a future CBD. And to use the terms of Burgess, the CBD is going to invade and succeed this area here, right? The CBD is going to invade and succeed. With time, the CBD is going to grow into this area. There's it there. The CBD is going to grow this way here, and it's going to invade and succeed and take over that area, right? So therefore, it's going to be that particular area there, right? Then we're saying that other characteristics of this area, it's an area of mixed function. Mixed function, what does mixed function mean? It's going to have, and you can see here, it's going to have light industries. It's going to have the low income living here, the low income, they living here. They don't own the land. They simply rent this land, right? You're going to have your warehouses in the area, storage areas, hence mixed function. This area is going to have lots of social evils. There's it here. Social evils are going to be right. Example, prostitution, drugging, gambling will be common in these areas. All right? Areas are going to be overcrowded. Yes. Because you'd find that you're saying here illegal occupancy. So people that move from rural areas into urban areas, sometimes, most often, they have nowhere else to live. They are going to come and occupy these areas here. Informal traders are going to be found in this area. So you have plenty of characteristics of this particular land use zone, right? So once again, it's the transitional zone, the zone of decay, the light industrial zone, area of mixed function, and two things about it. There's mixed function, buildings are dilapidated, the land values are quite high, lots of social evils will prevail, illegal occupancy of these areas, graffiti on the walls, invasion and succession, which means the CBD is going to expand and take over this area, right? So you have those areas that are found there, right? Let's quickly move it off there. All right, now we go on to our next one. Right, now we go on to our next question, and there's our next question again. Same diagram. Let's see what it tells us. Right, let's see our questions, and let's see where we are. Clear those things there, right. Then it says, C, why is this land use zone ideal for the location of light industries? Light industries are small. They do not require large spaces. They require small spaces. 2 marks is yours. This area is speaking about this area here, right? Area labeled A. That's the area they're speaking about. Why is it ideal for the location of light industries? It needs to be close to its customers. There's the customers from this area there. The customers from the CBD. Perhaps the items are perishable, which means they don't last too long. And you want to sell this stuff to people in the CBD in a fresh state. And by being close here, you're now saving on transport cost. Traveling time, traveling distance is now going to be minimal. There's it there, right? It's close to its local market. Remember, we used the word local market in economic geography. Module 4, we said home market. We said local market, right? So always integrate your work. Don't leave it as being work in isolation. Light industries can occupy any level of the building. It doesn't require to have large flat land. So that too can be a possible answer, right? The question we're asking is, why is this location ideal? Light industries don't cause much air pollution and noise pollution and water pollution. Therefore, they can locate in this area here. So we're looking for any one reason why the area has an ideal location. To round the question up, it's close to its customers. We'll get you full 2 marks. The next question we now go on to, we're now looking at question D, and let's see what we're looking for D. Let's get a new color onto this here. And we're saying, give one reason for land use zone having high land values. Now, you know, the buildings are old. Buildings are dilapidated. There's graffiti on the walls. There are social evils that prevail this area. Yet, the land values are fairly high. The land values are high. The land values are high because this is the future CBD. There's it. It's the future CBD. The land values are going to be high because this area is close to the CBD. And therefore, as your CBD expands, there's going to be great demand and competition for this land. So as our CBD is going to expand in this area, and there's it here, your CBD, if I move all these things off from here, your CBD is going to expand. And let's say it there, there's it here, your CBD is going to expand, there's it there. Your CBD is going to move out, and Burgess called that invasion and succession. So as a CBD grows out, it's going to take over this land, and hence great demand for this land. And therefore, we're saying that land here is going to be expensive. So once again, give reasons why it's going to have high land values in spite of the poor condition, and there's it there, it's a future CBD. It's close to our CBD. There's great demand for land in this area. Right? Our next question. Right, let's see our next question. Move this thing off from there. Right, we're going to clear that off there. The next question, we will go there. Question 4.3. Again, the last 2 questions on this. Let's move all the information out from here and let's take it up there. See all our drawings, we're done. Right, now we're looking at this question here, 432. Give 2 pieces of evidence which suggest that land use zone B is a high income area. What indicates that this area is a high income area? What indicates that it's a high income area? Area label B. It's on the outskirts of the urban area. On the outskirts, there's it here. On the outskirts of the urban area. It's occupying the rural-urban fringe. That's where it's occupied. You got a mark for that. 2 marks actually. It's close to our recreational area. There's our recreational area there. So it's close to our recreational area. There's a recreational area, right? It's close to our recreational area. Let's move that off. Check this one here off. There's it here. It's close to our recreational area. There's the recreational area there. There's a recreational area. Right? And these 2 land use zones are compatible. Recreational area. It's close to our green belt. There's it there. Right? Close to our green belt. There's it there. Near our recreational area. There's our answer there. It's far from the industries. There's the industries here. There's our industries here. There's the industries there. So this area is far from the industries. Buildings are large, different shapes and different styles, right? The buildings are large. There's it there, right? Large buildings. There's the large buildings. Different architectural styles, designs. So you're looking for any 2 things here. What indicates that it's a high income area? Also note, you can be asked this question in the map skills question. You can score your marks there as well, right? What indicates? And there we're saying that it's near our recreational area, on the outskirts of the urban area. It's far from the industries. There's the industries here. There's the industries in this area here. So it's far from the industries, all right? The buildings are large. Evidence of gardens, you can see in the front, there's some garden. They got space. Unlike the low income area, there's a high density, tall buildings, houses of different shape and different styles. You've got your 4 marks in a question like that. Right, let's move on to our next question. Right, different color we want, let's take the yellow. Right, explain why land use zone B and C are not compatible. What that means, that they should not be in the same area. They don't agree with each other. These land use zones are harmful to each other, and they can't exist in the same place. They are in conflict with each other. Hence the word incompatible, not compatible. All we want is 2 reasons. We have to know what B is. Land use area label B is there, and it's going to be the high income area. There's the high income area. And land use label C, here you are, it's going to be the heavy industrial area. Of course, they can't be compatible. See how far they are from each other. Why are they incompatible? Because the heavy industry causes pollution, whether it's air pollution, noise pollution, water pollution, there's it, right? And of course, the issue of pollution is going to result in poor environmental conditions, poor aesthetics. And we spoke about environmental injustice in module 4. And that's the issue of environmental injustice is now taking place. If you said air pollution, and therefore they can't be in the same area, as you can see here, the marks was yours. There's noise pollution, and therefore they can't be in the same area, the mark was yours. Area label C requires lots of cheap land to allow the industries to occupy more flat land, more space to expand. And area label B, being the high income area, land values are high. So area label C can't locate in this area. It can't afford the high land values. Therefore, it's located in 2 different areas. So the high land values here will be one of the centrifugal forces, one of the push forces that will now cause them to be located in 2 different areas, right? And there's your answer there. And of course, your last reason is going to lower the property values at B. If you locate the heavy industry here, then these land values are going to be lower, and these high income residents are not going to be happy about having the land values lowered. Once again, learners, I expect you to spend a little more time going through these questions. Know these questions. And when I see you on the next day, I will go through the next question, which is question 4.4. Again, what we are doing is we are dividing our exam paper into small, manageable pieces. In the end, when you put all your small pieces together, it's definitely going to be worth more than the entire thing put together, and guarantee is going to earn you far more marks in the examinations. So once again, let's spend some time going through this work and making certain we know what's happening. Thank you and stay safe.